Hello, welcome to Prepclass Tutors. I am by name Abel Godwin, and today we're going to be looking at Waec mathematics past questions for the year 2019. So just in case you're joining us for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channels. Yes, subscribe because by so doing you get a lot of this content coming to you. So without wasting much time, I want us to go straight to question number 16 from where we shall continue from where we stopped in our previous video. So let's look at question number 16. It says, Bola sold an article for 6,900 Naira and made a profit of 15%. Calculate his percentage profit if he had sold it for 6,600 Naira. So here we can first of all even eyeball the question by saying that since this person made these sales and obtained a profit of 15%, it is obvious that by selling it at 6,600, he should have something lower than 15%. And little wonder you can see all the options are less than 15%. So let's look at how to proceed on this question specifically. Now, we said we don't know the price of this article, so let's call the price to be Y. Now, since he gained 15% increment, it simply means 100 plus 15%. And 100% plus 15% will give us 1.15. So this is equivalent of 115% of the article price. And that is why we have this 1.15Y. So in the same way, if an article costs 20% greater than a particular amount, we can say 1.2. If it is 50%, we can say 1.5. So you maintain this and then you won't miss it along the way. So 15% of the article, 15% greater, which happens to be the profit, is going to be 1.15. The price of the article is equivalent to what Bola received in form of sales. So we're looking for the value of Y here. We just need to divide both sides by 1.15, as you can see. By so doing, dividing both sides by 1.15, 1.15 cancel 1.15, and 6,900 divided by 1.15 is giving us Y to be 6,000 Naira. So obviously Bola sold this article. Bola bought this article at a price of 6,000. So this was actually the cost before now. Okay, if that happened to be the case, let's look at this. The profit that he made is what we're interested in. So selling price happened to be 6,600 as we were told. Now it cost him 6,000 Naira because we just wanted to know how much it cost him before we can project to see the profit he obtained from it, from the sales. So 6,600 minus 6,000 is going to give us 600 Naira. Now, looking for percentage profit, which happens to be profit all over cost. So the profit is 600 and then the cost is 6,000. So 600 all over 6,000 is going to give us 1 over 10. 1 over 10 is same thing as 0.1. 0.1 multiplied by 100% is going to give us 10%. So the percentage profit incurred by the seller, Mr. Bola, is actually 10% of the article. So proceeding to the next question, as you can see, that is option B. The question says, if 3P is equivalent to 4Q and 9P is equivalent to 8Q minus 12, find the value of PQ. Interesting. So this is a kind of question that if you know the value of P and you know the value of Q, then you can easily find the product. So that is our pursuit here. So looking at this, we said given the first equation to be 3P is equivalent to 4Q minus 1, and from here we call it equation 1, and equation 2 we have 9P is equivalent to 8Q minus 12. So when we actually decide to divide both sides by 3 from equation 2, you discover that we will have equation 2, which is this, dividing both sides here by 3, dividing both sides here by 3. It will now give us 9 divided by 3 is going to give us 3P. And then 8 divided by 3, we have 8 divided by 3Q. And then 12 divided by 3 gives us 4. So you can see that this this new derived equation is equivalent to this equation 1. So it obviously means that we can equate the two. Yes, they are tantamount to each other. So from here, as you can see, we just need to proceed with the solution to get the value of Q by solving it algebraically. And here, 4Q minus 8 all over 3Q is equivalent to minus 4. So what we need to do here is to find the LCM of the left-hand side and solve it. LCM is going to be 3, and then 3, then this is having a denominator of 1. So 1 into 3 is going to give us 3. 3 times 4 is going to give us 12Q minus 3 into 3 is 1. 1 times 8 is 8Q, which is equivalent to our minus 4 on the right-hand side of the equation. So from here, we have 12Q minus 8Q. That is going to give us 4Q, which is equivalent to minus 4 times 3 by the time we cross multiply both sides of the equation. And so you will discover that 4Q is equivalent to minus 4 times 3. So we can go ahead and divide both sides by 4. So by so doing, we discover that our Q, when you divide both sides by 4, is going to give us Q is equivalent to minus 3. So now, which is what we have here, taking away the 4, we have minus 3. So when we substitute the value of minus 3 into equation 1, which is this, we discover that 3p is equivalent to 4q is equivalent to, when we make p the subject, we have 4 over 3q, and that represents p. Substituting the value of q as minus 3, 3 cancel 3, we're left with minus 4. So q is equivalent to minus 3 and p is equivalent to minus 4. Multiplying minus 3 by minus 4 is going to give us a positive number, which is 12. And that is supported by option A. Proceeding to the next question, it says if 0.25 exponent y is equivalent to 32, find the value of y. So we need to write this number in form of decimal to fraction. Here, as you can see, 0.25 is equivalent to 1 over 4. And then here is our power of y. And then here we have 32. So we need to give this a common base for both of them. And you will discover that 2 raised to the power of minus 4, because this is equivalent to minus 1. And it's the same thing as saying 2 raised to the power minus 2. And the right hand side will give it a power of 5 if we use the base of 2 here too, because 2 raised to the power 5 is 32. So here, by comparing coefficient of the power, by comparing the exponent itself, we will obtain minus 2y is equivalent to 5. Divide both sides by minus 2, and here we have y to be equivalent to 5 all over minus 2. And that gives the value of y to be minus 5 all over 2. So the value of y is minus 5 all over 2, and which is option A. Question number 19 says, there are 8 boys and 4 girls in a lift. What is the probability that the first person who steps out of the lift will be a boy? So usually, as we all know from NAFA probability, is required outcome all over possible outcome. So we look at our interest here all over the what? The sample space. The event space all over the sample space. So we were told that there were 8 boys and 4 girls in the lift. So the probability that the first person to step out is a boy is equivalent to how many boys are there, because that is our event sample here, which is 8, and then our sample space is the total, the summation of this and this, which is 8 plus 4, and that's 12. So 8 all over 12 is going to give us 2 all over 3. So the probability that a boy will come out is 2 all over 3. So this simply means for when you look at 3 people, the chances that the first person will be a boy coming out has 2. For every 2 boys coming out, for every 2 boys, there will be 1 girl coming out. So looking at the last question in this video, and so this is option C. The last question says simplify x squared minus 5x minus 14 all 2 divided by x squared minus 9x plus 4. So we need to write this in this format. As you can see, I think this gives a clearer picture of what is required or what is expected of one. So from here, you discover that by the time we try to factorize this out, x squared times 14, positive 14, is going to give us positive 14x squared. So we need factors of positive 14x squared. And this whole sum will give us minus 5x, as you can see. Minus 7x plus 2x will do the job. Now, in the same vein, x squared times plus 14 is going to give us plus 14x squared. And so here we need factors of plus 14x squared, whose summation is going to give us minus 9x. And we have minus 7x minus 2x being those factors. So here now, we just need to factorize this. What is common to these two is just x, so we take x out, factorize it out. What is common to these two is just 2, and we factorize the 2 out. So the numerator work is done. Going to the denominator, we do the same thing. What is common to these two is just x. We do the same thing. What is common to these two is just minus 2. We apply the same thing here also. So by the time we tidy up our work, you discover that this x minus 7, and then we bracket this out 10, x plus 2, and similar manner we obtain this for the denominator too. So you see this cancel this because they are alike. And we are left with x plus 2 divided by x minus 2. So this is supported by option D. So with that, we have come to the end of the video. And please don't forget, like and comment on our videos. Until you do come our way once again, do have a nice day. Bye.